Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the third season of the ESR ACC GT series. This is our inaugural race of the series, and we cannot be more excited to be here. My, what a field we have today. In fact, let's show you a slice of it. 23 cars in the first little chunk, but it goes way higher than that. Welcome, everybody. I am one of your commentators, Cole McCray. Pleasure to be back, and today we're joined by
Ayrton Tobin.
Yes. So, as you can see, this series has gotten a lot bigger since we started just a few seasons ago. I remember last season it was hard to get more than 16 people in a single race, and now we're up to, well, let's break up the timetable, 24. Can we go any higher than that? I don't think so. Let's do a little bit of cheating here. Turn to garage. We go all the way down to 45. Look at all these glorious cars running around on the track from every walk of life and every style of racing. Of course, there's some new names here that we see, but also some veterans. So glad to see both returning and new faces. Little brief apologies to everyone. We were trying to do this live, but we had problems with some of the recording cooperating with our audio. So we're just going to do this similar to how we did last couple seasons.
So I see Lantini is out front. That was the man fighting Softmail last time we saw him at Kyalami, right?
Yep, it certainly was. Maxi, I believe. Maxi Lantini. So this is, I've been trying to look over their bookings, and normally that would be enough, but there's just so many people here today, and that's not a bad thing. But all these new people, it's going to take a minute for me to acclimate myself. So, what is going on in qualifying? We, of course, are at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for this inaugural round. And we have quite a variety of cars. We see Mike Stobman actually finding himself in 4th place in this BMW M6 Walkenhorst, apologies. Yeah, of course, names like Christopher Streppen, Mike Stobmill, Matt Higgs, Sean Kenny, Wesley Stokes, etc. But we also see new ones like Maxi Lantini, Mutzy Mutz, love that name, GTR Jordan, Joaquin Gutierrez, who has been in ESR before, I believe, but not specifically this series, Enzo Benvenuti, and many others. So it'll be good to finally get to know these drivers and see what exactly they drive like and how that can make them fight with each other. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. I, for one, believe it will. As you can see, Max Lantini is our current pole sitter. And what a nice pole it is. You can see way across the land from there. Christopher Streppen is 2nd currently. And another apology, there was a change in the interface since the IGT series happened. We do not get to see the gaps in between our drivers. That is something that I've noted in the Assetto Corsa forums, but I'm not sure, it's probably not super high on their priority list, let's be honest. A lovely 100th anniversary Bentley livery from Christopher Streppen. Probably one of my favorite in this group. Would you say, Ayrton Tobin? 3rd place for Streppen?
Yeah, I'm liking it quite a lot. Well, it's hard to say. I like that it's different. I'm not a huge fan of the... I don't know. It's a weird design. I don't like it. I take it back. I hate it.
Wow, that was quite a shift in paradigm there. I did not expect that. Okay, well, each to each his own.
Yep.
So in this series, we have 10 teams, a few more than we had last season. What happened to Christoph? Looks like he had a little accident.
I see Muniz and Arona are in identical matching cars. Are they a member of the same team?
They are not. So you're talking about Albert Arjona?
Yep, our men in 2nd and 4th.
Oh yeah, sorry, Javier Castaño, or Xavier Castaño, I They're Spanish, so I'm tempted to say Javier, but
If you look at Stoffmeal sitting on pits right now, you will see a very interesting looking car.
oh my, it's
I like it.
a Fusion. It's got double wings. It's a
I like that front
McLaren.
end. I like the double wing. It's kind of elongated. Not gonna lie, I like the look of this car.
Well, little do we know that BMW actually bought McLaren, so they changed the middle M from being Motor to McLaren Works. So
Hmm.
instead of being Bavarian Motor Works, it's Bavarian McLaren Works.
There also appears to be
The more
some
you
sort of
know.
Lamborghini Ferrari sitting in front of it, although that one is not as cohesive.
That one they couldn't figure out which direction they wanted it to drive,
Yeah.
so they figured, well,
And
just
something sitting behind, I see a nose of I think a McLaren
a,
and
a McLaren.
yes,
I love
some
it.
interesting cars in our pits here today.
Yeah, well, like we said, we have more people than we usually would. So looks like some are gonna have to share some pit stalls. I wonder how that will work. I suppose we'll have to see.
Like qualifying is over.
Yes,
So
qualifying
what are
is
we looking
indeed
at here?
over. So timetable's not working. That's okay.
Yep,
We have a
I'm seeing that
workaround.
too.
We have Maxi Lentini in first place, Javier Castaña Muniz second, Christopher Streppen in third, Albert Arjona in fourth, Mike Stoffmeal, our Lord and Savior, in fifth, Demetrius Simeonidis sixth, Matt Higgs in seventh. Apologies, I'm going to have to look at some of these names up for the first few times. I believe it's Gary Price. In any case, Price in eighth, Sean Kenny in ninth, Winkler in 10th, Starchevich in 11th, Stokes in 12th, Finn Esch, a returning person from our last series, in 13th. What in 14th, Swan 15th, and Nolasco 16th, Andy Anderson in 17th, Simeon Niku 18th, D. Gregorio in 19th, Travis Wallace 20th. I want to say it's Javier again, but I don't think so. Eugenie in 21st, Butler in 22nd, Magus 23rd, D. Grote 24th, John Barker, our only Honda NSX in 25th, LaBouffe 26th, Simmons 27th, Policino in 28th. He's been practicing here for a while. Big Lino in 29th. Very nice alliteration naming thing here. Hughes in 30th. Wayne Hutchison 31st. There's a lot of names to go through. I think we might just stick at the top 30, but you can see all the rest of the drivers in our stream here, or in our video rather.
Yeah, a couple of guys to really keep an eye out for. We've got Ramos, Heroes, DeGroat, DiGiorgio, Naku. Yeah, I expect those guys to all move up because
My.
they're all in Ferraris.
Oh yes, yes. Lest we forget that Ayrton's a Ferrari fan.
Anyways, let's see. Of note, I saw the top 10 were all within a second.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
pretty
true.
close up there. Those guys in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Ooh, that's going to be a fun one to watch right there. Simeonitis, Higgs, and Stoffmeal.
Mm-hmm. So this series is similar to the one that we do last season. It is 60-minute race with the mandatory pit stop and tire change. All 4 tires must be changed. And there are so many cars, they are going around the back of the circuit. Did we go all the way back to P45? There he is. Christian Sturf. So, Maxi Lentini and Javier Castaña Muniz are 2 people on the pole. So the newcomer is pushing out some of the more veteran drivers. We'll have to see how they take that.
A little surprise in store for folks here. While we're covering the main coverage of, well, the race from the TV broadcast, looks like we're also going to take on board the whole first lap with Stoffmeal to see how things shake out with him.
Yes, so the Circuit de Catalunya, one of the more well-known Formula One circuits. 2.892 miles, 16 turns, and all carnage, especially with this many cars. Judging by how far back they're starting, they're not doing a full formation lap, but that's okay. As the racers start their engines, warm up, getting ready to start. And they're starting to roll. as they run around the last turn. We are going to get quite a view of the action of one of the longest straights that we normally race on. Oh, they're getting a little traffic. Getting a little backed up. Come on, guys, you can do this. And green flags are waving, green flags are waving. The race has started. Welcome to the first round of the third season of the ESR ACC GT Series. And it is pandemonium. They go 5-4 wide into the first corner.
Looks pretty orderly all up front.
Max
Ooh,
Lentini making some time. We got some contact. It looks to be one of the Porsches. I believe that is a AXRT Motorsports Porsche. Maybe Castagno got caught up. Albert Arjona, the leader in the AXRT teams. Oh, just kidding. Muniz is up there. Oh, Muniz goes off, slides off wide. He takes Verstappen with him. Arjona gets past, so does Simeonitis and Price, Glenn Price, in that number 6 Audi, or 6th place Audi rather. Mike Stoppmill finds himself shunted back a couple of spots into 7th. As Lentini just drives away.
Wow, gone.
He's got a substantial gap. That Team 75 Bernhard Porsche is not hurting at all today.
Look, our hero Stoffmill has dropped back a couple positions, taking it pretty easy on this opening lap.
Yeah, well, he does have an hour to make up some space and, you know, his pace. Although, if the qualifying is any indication, maybe he's meeting some matches today.
Oh, and we saw up against Lentini at Kailami, you know.
Yeah.
That was not a walk in the park for him, so this could be a real challenge.
So we watched Verstappen get some time put between him and Stoffmill up into 6th place.
He might be forced to actually use up 10% of his power today.
It might be, it might be. As you know, Mike Stoffmill is a close relative of Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo series, and those memes were actually about him. Man, I'm really missing my my gaps on the leaderboard, but oh well, what can we do? Looks like Starchevich has had some problems back in there, falling to 18th. We take a trip back, look at Travis Wallace. The two 9 Shits Autosport Aston Martins together of Travis Wallace and Andy Anderson look very good together. Meanwhile, Albert Arjona has caught up to Maxi Lentini. Although maybe they got past. No. Oh, sorry. Apologies. Dimitri Stenitis caught up Albert Arjona. So Lentini has still got some distance, but there's still a fight going behind. If he isn't careful, he might find himself crashing in or spinning back into that place. Meanwhile, Stoffmill has made his way back up to 4th place and is now holding off Glenn Price for that position. Christopher Verstappen makes a move and gets past Muniz. Although the Porsche does have the faster line through those the last few corners, it will be hard pressed to get by the widest car in the universe, that Bentley Continental GT3. We also see Glenn Price has moved on and is making some headway on Mike Stoffmill, although that second to last turn cost him just a slight bit of it, so maybe I spoke too soon. Let's take a peek back in the field a little bit. Matt Higgs in his Lamborghini Huracan GT3.
Ooh. Looks like Wallace has had a little bit of instant back here. Let's
Travis Wallace.
See if we can find an accident. Yes, indeed, it looks like he ran right up on the back of an identical Aston Martin. Oh, got spun around.
It's a shame. So Matt Higgs racing with Orange 1 FFF Racing Team by ACM. That is quite a mouthful. I will not be calling them that. We're just going to call him Orange. So it made his way into 8th place. Matt has been a bit of a force to be reckoned with at Catalunya before. We saw him last season fighting with Mike Stoffmill. Doesn't seem to have quite the pace today. Probably just because of how many goddamn cars there are today.
Indeed. On board showing Price right behind Stoffmill here. Having a good fight.
So Lentini leaving the rest of the course for dead, making up about 5 or 6 seconds, I want to say. I can't say exactly, but that's what it seems like. As Dimitri Simeonidis pulls away slightly from Arjona, but not much. So we're actually starting to see maybe cars get lapped already. Actually, that's not true. I forgot where we were on track. Apologies. It's worth noting that back in the pack, Ryan Gonzalez is still holding on. So good job, man.
They've gotten real spread out here.
Yeah. So in the back,
Probably for the
especially,
better.
there's plenty of spread. We're just gonna kind of bump through. Mike Magus in 31st, fighting with Car Heroes, and John Picha. Jurgen Stipsitz is a little ways ahead of them, and between the next battle between De Groot, Barker, Sampaio, and Naku.
Our inset showing Policini on the inside. Oh, taking a nice dive up. He's an identical Bentley to Verstappen up front.
Yeah, those two are both in the same team, Cruise Line Express, along with James Butler. I mean John Butler. Sorry, I've told him I'm going to call him John Butler forever now, or Julio. We'll decide. Speaking of Julio Butler in 18th place, the second of the 3 team members. Oh, what happened? Oh, no, nothing. I blinked in. Looks like there was an accident. Who is that? Can't quite tell. Looked like maybe it was Dice. No.
Oh!
What happened?
I'm seeing note of Castaño Muniz might have created a little incident here. Let's go watch a replay of that.
Munoz has fallen back to 14th, so yeah, that might have been him off in turn 8 or whatever. Looks like
Yes, indeed. He took out a Lamborghini and they both spun around.
I believe Starchevich has also fallen back. Joe Starchevich in the pits in his McLaren. Max Lentini driving away with the race. I wonder if he's on a softer set of tires than everyone else.
I have to wonder about that.
Because like we saw at Kyalami, he was evenly matched with Stobmiel, but wasn't that much faster, if at all. And what extra speed I would mostly attribute to the Porsche that he was driving being better suited for the track. But we'll see.
Meanwhile, I see Danner, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, following a Porsche. Oh!
What place?
They both got swept up.
What place?
Looks like currently running 38th now, but previously caught on camera. Had a bit of an incident there.
Yeah, Bernd Schoenthaner in the Fricadeli Porsche. No, it doesn't have a team affiliation, I don't believe.
Alright, well, how are things going?
Someone getting
front?
past. I believe that is. Nope. I don't know who that is.
Simeonidis and Arjona getting racy up front.
Looks like we have a little battle happening between Glenn Price and Mike Stobmiel. Glenn Price is on his way to set his fastest lap. He's 3/10 down right now, and looks to be making some pace on the Stoff. Christopher Shepard just behind them, waiting for the battle to slow one or both of them down enough to actually give him some run. Matt Higgs also on his pace to set his best lap of the session. 2/10 down.
A little hard to tell from the inside cam, but that is indeed Price we're riding on board with on the multicam.
And we are looking at him from the outside as well. So chasing down Stavmil. Looks like he ended up making a mistake and setting his lap ablaze, down 3/10 where he was up 2/10. This is one of the best tracks for the Helicam, I believe. There's so much track real estate you can fit in one shot with it, and the way that it kind of winds on itself really does make for some good shots.
Unfortunately, one of the worst cams for the onboard camera, as it's placed on the right side of the cockpit, facing almost entirely left, and it feels like 90% of the turns on this track are to the right, so you're just kind of looking out into gravel traps through most of it.
Absolutely. We're looking at Dream 2 Simonitis, who was under fire from Albert Arjona, but Arjona seems to have butchered turn 1. Or turn 3, I mean. My bad. So as this is the first race of the season, we don't have any points battles yet, but hopefully we can establish those soon. Looks like James Butler was just involved in an accident of some sort. What position was he in? 18th, it appears. So James Butler again with that Cruise Line Express Motorsports. Now under fire from Javier. I should just check on his name actually. Yeah, Javier Eugeni. As well as Max Simmons, who's made his way up to 17th place. Although 18th, as Max has a spot revoked by James Butler.
Been riding on board for most of this lap with, who's this, Arjona, right behind Simonitis, and he is just all over the rear bumper. As they are starting, they have lost contact with the 2 leaders up front. No, that is just Lantini up front. That must be a lap car I see up with him.
Certainly possible. Lantini's got some. He's got some special sauce. I want to see what he's doping up with, because I want some.
Arjona definitely wants to get around Simonitis. He is all over his rear with Stoffmill on his tail now.
Yeah, Simonitis is a very solid driver, but you know, sometimes you're not the fastest. Oh yeah, his last lap 146.2. Well off his best of 144.9, so he must be struggling slightly. And Stoffmill is never a fun sight to see in your rearview mirror. Dimitri Simonis is under fire for second place. So we have a Ferrari up front that might be a back marker. And now Matt Higgs and Christopher Schreppen have sort of reeled the group in behind Simonis. Simonis is struggling as he comes into Sector 3.
Getting word that there might have been an incident with McCoo, and let's take a look on the replay. Oh yeah, he came up behind a yellow Mercedes, hit him right into the back of, I believe that might be Barker in the blue. After all 3 went out.
Yep, Barker is the only Acura driver today. Oh, and there we go. Arjona gets a run out of the final corner, makes a move on Simonitis. They are side by side, coming into the first corner, passing the finish line. As they pass the pits. Oh, Alexis is coming out of the pits. He crosses the pits line. But he thinks better of it. Demetrius is on the outside, but outbreaks himself slightly, gets the run. Arjona is trying to pick up the pieces, but Stoffmill is all over his back now. Stoffmill made a look earlier, but decided better of it. Simonitis now coming up on lap traffic. This Ferrari, I believe it is Gregorio or De Groot. Who decided these names? Oh, Stop Meal makes a run on the outside as Dimitri Simeonitis causes a slight traffic jam, which causes Arjona to get caught up. Simeonitis is able to stay in front, and Stop Meal pulls out of the maneuver. We are battling for second place. Simeonitis gets a run out of turn 7, I believe that is.
Looks like they've cleared the traffic at this point. All good.
Yeah. Ooh, Stop Meal had a bad run and goes off the track. That leaves Price to maybe have a look, but decides better of it itself. So just slowing themselves down, causing the traffic to get worse. Looks like Matt Higgs had an off earlier. That caused him to lose some time as well. We have Price making a move a little bit on Stop Meal, but doesn't make it happen. Dimitri Simeonitis is still fighting off Albert Arjona. As you can see, Glenn Price eager to put Stop Meal in his rearview mirror, but Stop Meal is having none of it. Let's go to the helicam so we can see all this footage, all this beautiful action. So Simeonitis and Arjona are putting some gap between them and Stop Meal, but a bad last sector looks to have undone that for them. Stop Meal has a slightly larger gap now. As we look at the timetable, we can see that there not too much time between them all. Obviously, they're 11 seconds down from Lentini, but ooh, we lost all our timing. Bummer.
Wow, looks like all of this is allowed, both for Streppen and Higgs, right up on this train.
Yep. So Higgs in 7th place, Streppen in 6th. And Dimitris Simeonitis still under fire from Albert Arjona. Arjona wants that spot. He got his pass revoked, and he wants it back.
Quick look at intervals. Lentini is now 12 seconds out front of this pack.
So he's got a fire in his pants. Dimitris Simeonitis coming into sector 2. So we got
my
kind
first
of
look at this Lentini livery. It's a very pretty livery on it.
I don't doubt that. And we are again coming up on some lap traffic. Let's go on the exterior camera of Arjona. As he pushed back to Stop Meal. Got some space to go. His radar is showing up, which means Price is right in his... He's taking up his whole rearview mirror. And I have no doubt that Simeonitis will also be feeling the crunch.
Looking off the rear of his car on the multicam.
Although we do see the pack behind our leaders get... Oh, we see Simeonitis getting a real under fire from Arjona. Arjona getting all up in his draft. Makes a move on the outside. I can't foresee that being too effective. We'll see if we can get the cutback. As they come up again on lap traffic, looks like Simeonitis is holding Arjona up. Stop Meal is able to get some time back. Looks like they're less than a second between the 3 cars. Dimitris catches the lap traffic at the worst time. Arjona makes a move on the inside. Ooh, gets a little bit of tap from our Dimitris Simeonitis, who gets hit by Stop Meal. And Verstappen also gets a hit, and Matt Higgs is able to avoid that. Unfortunately, Glenn Price is not able to avoid contact and ends up spinning in the dirt. We have more traffic coming up. The Aston Martin of Wesley Stokes and Finesh, the Porsche, are all up in their business. Also looks like Nolasco is following, and as is Swan. And Glenn Price gets spun again by Simeonitis this time. Oh, what a nightmare. Looks like no one has suffered except for maybe Winkler, I believe that was, in 12th place. Yep, that was Winkler that spun off. And another Porsche in the ditch. I believe that was Finesh in 9th. Nope, was not. But it was definitely one of those AXRT cars. As Simeonitis continues to fall through the ranks, and we see this the carnage continue to pile up as Justin Swan gets involved again and is forced to run wide into the last sector. He has now fallen to 14th place after being in 9th not too long ago. As you can see, the shockwaves of an accident can persist for the longest times. Meanwhile, Albert Arjona, don't know why I pronounced it that weird, has freed himself from the Simeonitis curse.
I'd say despite that what looked to just be a complete chaos. It really was only Simeon Ice and Price. The rest of them appear to have gotten away pretty cleanly.
Yeah, Stobmill
They were kind of back in their main order.
Stobmill gave Price a little bit of a punt, and obviously an accident, and Verstappen got a little glancing blow. I'm curious to see how their damage affects them as our pit window opens. So
Dare I even look at that gap to the leader? Yeah, Arona is actually 13 seconds back. Stoffmeal is 15 seconds off the lead in third place, though.
So Arjona dodged a bullet there, to be sure. The AXRT team will be certainly happy to hear that he is free of simulitis and that wreck. As the highlight reel is blowing up, like I wish my DMs did. So meanwhile, Stobmiel has found himself up into third, with Christopher Streppen right on his tail. Looks like his BMW is showing a little bit of damage, but not a huge amount.
Hutchison, I'm showing, is down to 39th. I wonder what has happened to him.
He didn't have a great start. Looks like his front shows a little bit of damage. I just popped into looking at him, but not much. Maybe got involved in the remnants of that accident. So we've seen plenty of people coming into the pit. Staff, Sampaio, Schernthauner, as Glenn Price finds himself in 37th place. Wow, that not a great lap for him. Oh, I know how that goes as he makes a move on the Lexus of Dice.
A lot of traffic back around 13th right now.
Meanwhile, Sarah Rosewood in 29th, on pace to set her fastest lap by almost a second. So good for her. Move up to the field to John Barker in our only NSX. I want to say he was in 28th to begin, but I can't say it. I struggled enough with memorizing the starting positions of people in the past, but now there's 45 of us.
Stoffmeal, Verstappen, and Higgs still together, having started together. In fact, they're in a tight group right now.
And we see Albert Arjona, like putting down some tire marks and trying to fight his way up to Lentini.
Gonna go on board with Higgs here right around for a bit while he chases down Verstappen and Stoffmeal.
So, even more than in the past, pit strategy will probably be crucial in this race, or even in the season, depending on how many people stay. As people fight with each other, as we can see, fighting can be both good and bad. You can get some draft and also be able to, kind of slot in and just drive, but also you can be involved in some pretty bad accidents, or maybe even fighting can slow you down. So the pit strategy will be crucial through these races. Looks like Wesley Stokes going into the pits, the first in our top 10. Looks like Sean Kenny and Peter Winkler in 13th and 12th are having a nice battle. Right before Travis Wallace and Javier Muniz. Let's hop on board with Travis Wallace. Or sorry, I meant Muniz. My bad. No, Winkler in 11th. Gosh, I see these names and I just
Yep.
they're all in Porsches. Although the battle between Muniz and Watt is picking up as well. Our highest placed Lexus in the field at 8th. Mika Watt, another one of our new entries. Exactly. Looks like Muniz is putting on the pressure as they come into the final sector. The Porsche is very dominant through this sector 3. Lexus is balanced, maybe a itsy bitsy bit on the straight line preferable side. Although Travis Wallace has eaten up the extra time and finds himself right on the tail of Muniz. Looks like what had a terrible third sector, which caused their battle to bring them back to Wallace and Winkler. And also Kenny. So Sean Kenny, Peter Winkler, Travis Wallace, and Javier Muniz, all after that 8th position.
Having a really good fight here, looking on the back of Watt's car. Who is that? Wallace diving up the inside of Muniz there, or trying to?
Trying to. Didn't quite have it.
Really happy to know, Cole, that when the race session started, our synchronization issues seem to have vanished.
Oh yeah, I said of course it struggles with these times. It doesn't really. I mean, so long as the race starts, when the race starts, we're good.
Well, it's truly odd that two spectators would have a different view of the race when we should be on the same system as all the racers, and they're certainly seeing the same time.
Yeah, ooh, Muniz making a little bit of a move on Watt, but backing out the last second, which causes him to slow down for the next run on the straight.
Oh, a lot of action going on here.
Oh yeah. Winkler also wanting to take a bite out of Muniz. Oh, looks like Travis Wallace got by Muniz. So Watt is still in the lead of the 7th place brigade here. Ooh, it looks like Finesse went off as he went into this final corner, as Muniz breaks off from the fray and gets some new tires. Let's move back up.
Board with Winkler. Oh, Kenny going around the outside.
Winkler. Oh yeah, looks like that. Look at that. So he's going, making the move. Travis Wallace also attempting to make a move on what? Mika Watt is struggling to hold off these people from behind, but I mean, having that fast Lexus in a straight line is definitely making it frustrating for his opponents. Looks like Matt Higgs is in the pits now, as is Muniz.
Going Burke in the pits as well. Back in 37th.
Albert Ahona still in a fight. No, not in a fight. Oh, did he catch Lentini? No. That's a back marker.
Take a look. I see Michael Magus running 18th. Very quiet day, but you know what? I think he'll take it. How many? Did he have a single
He's in
clean
15th.
race?
Oh yeah,
15th now. Yes.
He got absolutely boned last season.
And just that little 4-race IGT series, he was taken out on lap 1. It seemed every single race. So this is good.
Yeah.
Nice to see him have a nice quiet race, kind of working his way forward. I mean, 15th, not bad at all.
So Tommaso Bigolino and Policino ahead of Mike Magus, not by much, but it looks like they're pretty evenly matched as far as speed. Magus.
In fact, I'm riding on board with Magus right now, and I don't know what did he hit? Did others struggle? But he's suddenly just blown by these guys in front of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm not getting any info on the tire wear of Magus.
Well, just as I say that, his forward progress stops.
Yeah. And he's actually being caught up by John Barker slightly.
Ooh, Policino
Policino
going all sorts of crazy back here.
Cutting that corner. I wonder if he's going to get a penalty for that.
All right, just going straight into the pits.
As Barker peels off, we've seen that happen a lot. Someone will butcher the last sector. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just take my tires now. Thank you very much. So Mike Magus finds himself alone in 10th.
Looking from his cockpit view, I see a nice drink button there. I wonder what drink he has loaded in today.
Probably raw barley juice.
I was thinking something along the lines of a very thin maple sap. Some call it
Ooh,
maple syrup.
sap. I guess if you're an East Coasterner, you say sap. Hey, buddy, run to the store and give me some sap.
Let's see, where is he at this point? He is up in 10th. Nice.
So we pop a look at our Albert Ahona in second, fighting with one of his other AXRT comrades. I believe that is Justin Swan.
See if we can even... I'm not even showing first and second on the same kind of... the same gap table, so I can't even see the difference between them at this point. Too many people in between.
Yeah, sadly. I wonder if Arjona might pull ahead of his compatriot and give him a draft to get him to catch up to whoever he's fighting with, Demetrius Simonides, who's fallen to 20th, 21st. Ugh, that incident at the beginning really did not help him too much. You see Justin Swan having a good first part of the lap, down up 2/10 on his previous best.
Oh,
What
I'm seeing
happened?
there was a nasty incident with Verstappen. Let's ride on the
15?
multicam, see what happened there. Verstappen, he was right on the back of a white. McLaren taps him. Oh, both of them just shoot into the wall.
It might have
Unfortunate
been
there.
Nash. No, not Nash. Martin Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
So as Vic Nash goes into the pits.
Either way, he stayed out on track, but I have to wonder what kind of damage Verstappen got. He smashed this wall hard.
Ooh, we see 18th place Finesh get a drive-through penalty. I bet that was for cutting the track. There's a word that Sarah Rosewood recently set her best lap, 1:48.501, and Stips Stipsits just got a stop and go penalty of 30 seconds for what I cannot tell.
Mag is up to 8th place now. Ooh, I'm not sure where he started, but it was not 8th place.
He started back a ways, I believe. I think if I remember correctly, he started in like 20th. So the fact he made it up to 8th is fantastic. As Simi Naku also receives a stop and go penalty of 30 seconds. And we see our top 5 pit. Sean Kenny, the only one in the top section to not do so currently. Looks like we have someone going off. Who is that? Maybe Simi Naku. No.
Valentini's just now exiting the pits, starting his out lap. And ride on board with him a little bit, see how he handles these cold tires.
Which place is that?
This is Lentini, who was in first and is currently, I think, second. It's like Kenny
third.
is now sitting out first,
Third.
since he hasn't pitted.
Another note to Max Simmons, or Schlo Schmidt, I should say, who got up. He started near the back, I believe. He's made his.
Well, let's see if he remembers to pit this time. This seems to be a reoccurring.
Pit, Max, pit! Yeah, so unfortunately, again with the interface change, we don't get to see if people have pit, so we can only infer based on what we've seen. Max Simmons on the tail of John Barker, who just lets him by. Smart choice. Looks like we might have a battle for 12th. Mika Watt versus Finn Esch. Nope. Versus Christoph Verstappen. No, that's a bag marker. Policino. So Wesley Stokes versus Mika Watt. Ooh, someone went off big time. That was, I believe, Policino.
Looks like Sean Kenny got a little bump drafting action going into the pits with a Ferrari ahead of him.
Travis Wallace fighting with Demetrius Simeonitis now, with Justin Swan right behind him. Might see Martin Hughes have had an accident. Or not Martin Hughes. No, I know his name. I know his name. And we lost the director tool. Alright.
Like Arjona and Higgs are having a tight fight. Arjona right on the tail of Higgs. They're both following in the footsteps of Stoffmill.
Very nice. Oh, Travis Wallace getting the pass done on Sean Kenny for 11th.
Oh, Arjona took a real deep dive up the inside of Higgs and actually ended up hitting someone else.
Ooh.
Go back and watch a little replay of that.
Was that Leonard Burke? Was it a Porsche?
Hey, it was a blue Porsche, number
Yeah,
77.
that's Leonard Burke, yeah. And the director crashed again. Twice in 1 minute. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. As long as this keeps happening, I'm going to have to keep interrupting your race to get it back. Don't blame me, blame the devs. Or you can blame me if you want, it just won't help anything. So Albert Arjona still fighting with Matt Higgs, who has moved his way up to 5th.
Despite a little bit of a bumping action going on, he did take the place. Higgs was a little kind in giving him that position.
What a good little higgly wiggly.
Yes, it looks like Little Higgs showed up. We are in fact missing Big Higgs, Micro Higgs, and Mini Higgs today, though.
Well, maybe one day all the Higgses will unite and cause terror and destruction upon the earth.
We can only hope.
What comes after Micro Higgs, though? Would that be like Higgs Type C?
Yes, absolutely.
Get it?
Meanwhile,
And
hoping you're watching Simmons here, getting a chance to show off that livery up in first place.
I would love to be watching Simmons right now. Unfortunately, Director Tool has shit the bed, and also not told me that it shit the bed, so it's just sitting here going.
Nice.
Let's try again. Many apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Meanwhile, Simmons is pitting from the lead, which is going to give us, what do we have? Lentini taking over, Stoffmill up in second place. Let's see. What is his gap at this point? Can he chase down Lentini?
I'm not sure. Oh, Peter Winkler under fire from Mike Stoffmill. Never mind. So sorry, I lost my camera control, so I'm gonna have to be navigating cars by going through them sequentially in their order on the field. Ugh. Looks like Matt Higgs has gotten a drive-through penalty.
Oh, Matt, again.
It's like Kyle Lamy all over again. Or is that Suzuka? Which was the one where he just got
It's like all of them.
18,000 penalties?
I think it was both. It was Suzuka, he got many. He got a penalty while serving a penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Lamy was also derailed.
Oh,
now he's getting a little wiggly, probably frustrated with himself.
Wiggly, higgly, wiggly, wiggly, higgly. So unfortunately, we don't have any control over our overlays right now. If everyone watching this could send an email or a comment. Oh, Mike Magus is finding himself back in 19th after presumably a pit.
I would
Oh,
assume
someone
so.
is off. That is who? Bernd Schernthaner. Shame. Ooh, and Jagged Dice also going off. Yeah, so if all of you
Let's
could
see what this
send
shows.
an email or comment to the ACC Director Tool devs and tell them, please make it die less often. And I will thank you by making my commentaries better. So Magus and Biglino, now fighting for 17th place. As Ryan Gonzalez tries to get by. What's just happened? Martin Hughes. What are you doing, game? After a pit, Max Simmons is back into 14th.
Yep, I'm right on board with Magus here, right behind Biglino, giving him a nice little challenge.
Maybe one day I'll
Meanwhile, we
find
still
that car.
have, what, 40 drivers out there? So, yeah,
Something like
nice job,
that.
guys, hanging in.
Yeah. We have at least 38. Wayne Hutchison up into 34th. As Sarah Rosewood comes under fire from Simeon Naku. Gotta love that all pink Nissan GTR. As Albert Arjona comes into some more traffic, Mike Stobmill has weaseled his way up into second place. Where did that happen? Has he pit yet? I assume no. I thought Mike Stobmill had pit already.
Yep, everyone's pit.
How did he get by Arjona?
You know, I'm not sure.
When did that happen? He had a substantial. Maybe Arjona took fuel as well. Meanwhile, Sabaldio Di Gregorio got a drive-through penalty out of the pits, so he must have sped. Sorry, what were you saying?
On the multicam, we see a very sad Higgs clearing his penalty.
If I can find my way to there. Okay, I'm gonna try to limit my movements. We're not seeing a battle between Wesley Stokes. Oh, whoops. Oh, never mind. Wait. Mika White and Wesley Stokes, and who is that? That's Klaus Reitbauer. So Leonard Burke and Klaus Reitbauer are black back markers. Meanwhile, Matt Higgs is fighting his way
I don't
through
think
the
we've
back
looked at
markers.
Stokes all day, but that's a nice looking livery on that Aston Martin.
Yeah. I can't follow anything right now. I am so confused.
Well, it looks like the multicam has become the main cam.
Yes.
Or I am following.
Perhaps. Wesley Stokes fighting with Mika What? As we get a view of a nice hill. As we approach the last quarter of our race. Lantini surely parked already, packed up the trailer, gone home, and had lunch. Or dinner, I suppose. Meanwhile, Mac Magus. Oh, Di Gregorio serving his penalty, that's right.
Arjona, not too far off the tail of Stoffmeal.
So we might see a battle between them yet. Oh! What has a terrible run in the last sector, a trend for the Lexuses, and Wesley Stokes just takes a giant bite out of his lead. With Higgs not far behind. Stokes getting a dive on turn one, but thinking better of it.
Is that a Higgs I see behind them?
It is indeed. Although it looks like they are making some pace on the likes of Sarah Rosewood and Wayne Hutchison directly ahead of them.
Those would definitely be lap cars.
Yeah, but they're making pace. You're making pace on them.
Getting a real nice view of this old fight here, looking from the back of What's car once again.
What, sending a little bit of sparks as they bottom out a little bit. Well, meanwhile, Demetrius Simeonidis has made his way back up to 9th place, and Sean Kenny, him and Travis Wallace are now making some lead on the people ahead of them. So we might see a giant skirmish for I believe 5th place.
Oh, yes they
6th
are.
place?
6th place.
6th place.
Have we even talked about our man in 5th place, Nolasco, a single time? I haven't seen that name
I don't
yet.
think so. Joe Delasco? Well,
Regardless, nice place, 5th place.
yeah, a newcomer to this series. As he gets past Car Heroes, lap traffic. So as Mika Watt gets right within spitting distance of Sarah, I hate this stupid tool. Sarah Rosewood, who backs off. Oh, and Wesley Stokes go for a mad lunge on Mika Watt and just tidies it up, makes it happen. Then Matt Higgs looks like Watt just got a terrible braking into that first corner. Matt Higgs also making a pass attempt. And on the inside, but the straight line speed of that Lexus just won't.
Riding with Stokes now looking back, and this is a terrific fight.
Although Matt looks to be getting by without too much issue. Demetrius Simeonidis now also coming up on Rosewood.
Rosewood really getting out of the way. Nice job.
Yeah, people can stand to learn a thing or two from in the racing craft from her. As Sean Koenig makes his way through. Sadly, looks like Travis Wallace had to be blocked a little bit. So as Wayne Hutchison is getting caught up by Wesley Stokes, we'll get to see if that affects his progress at all. Matt Higgs is still right on his tail, but the Aston Martin does lean a little bit more towards straight line speed than the Lamborghini, and of course, that is the next thing they're going to be doing very shortly after this chicane here.
Oh, Higgs.
Oh, Higgs
Getting all out of shape.
All out of shape on that last corner. Oh, and just gives Watt the spin. Oh no, and he's pulling over to give him the spot back. Pulling over on the racing line. Higgs has got to get out of there, buddy.
Oh no.
That could have been worse. Could have been worse place, but still a little dangerous. As Eugenie, I don't know where that came from. Gives him a pass. Good on Higgs for letting Watt get past, but sadly caused him to lose quite a few spots down to 13th.
Let's take a look back here and see exactly what happened between Watt and Higgs.
So Wesley Stokes has gotten by Wayne Hutchison and is going skirt all over Sean Kenny, who is right behind him at this point, or more or less right behind him. Even though it's not my fault again, I apologize for the terrible way I'm going to have to navigate through this field. The director tool, which is normally responsible for letting me directly zoom onto people and change the cameras, is dead. See, look, you can see it's dead.
Streppin, meanwhile, is back up in 4th, despite a major contact with the wall, but I guess it didn't do too much damage to him.
How could he have had major contact? Johnny Major isn't even here.
Good point.
Mike Stabile in 2nd. Do we get a view of Arjona? Oh, there's Lentini. Off in his own postcode.
Arjona is a little ways behind Stoffmeal. His sister car is right behind Stoffmeal, so it looks a little more close than it actually is.
Oh, I see, okay. Mika What was able to get by Javier Eugeni. Nice pass. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking now. Looks like Arjona is now in a battle with John Barker, and I believe that is no, Nolasco maybe, right? No, Winkler. Okay.
Let's see, looks like Magus was getting a little touchy back there around another driver.
Oh yeah. Arjona making a pass on John Barker, that back marker. Huh, that's a good run.
Oh, Butler back in 18th is facing the wrong direction.
Oh. Ah, sorry. Wasn't supposed to go there.
Take a look and see what happened there. He's right on the back of the number 90 blue McLaren and clipped his bumper, and oh, they both just went spinning.
Meanwhile, Javier Castaño Muniz is in a tight battle with Mike Magus for 18th place. Outbreaks himself, gets a little bit bent out of shape with Peter Winkler, and we're gonna look at a hill, and we're back. Looks like Peter is not too happy with that arrangement. Oh no, Arjona, who's right behind him, isn't too happy. Looks like he got stifled slightly. So we
Watching
have
Munoz all over the back of Magus here.
So we have at least two of the AXRT team Porsches here, Castaño and Arjona. I imagine Justin Swan isn't too far away. So Mike Magus now fighting with Tommaso Biglino. It looks like Biglino might have some damage or something.
Kind of just pulling out of the way there.
Which is weird because that was for position. He just lost 2 positions to Magus and who else was there? Muniz.
That's Munoz, yeah.
It was like, and not only does the director tool not work right now, when I scrub through the drivers, it just skips some randomly for some reason. It's like, yeah, no, Muniz wasn't there. Don't worry about it. Ooh, as Magus has a terrible run out of turn 4. Although gets the position, able to hold the position, but Muniz going around the outside, perhaps is barking on the radio to his compatriot, "Hey, slow him down! I need the spot." Arjona up there in 3rd is several laps ahead, but it looks like Muniz is able to get the run anyway. Magus is unable to defend as they come into a more tight section of corners that the Mercedes is just not as well suited for. And as they break for turn 10, Magus also makes the pass back. Contact. Muniz goes into his side. They are able to save it from any spinning, but that allows that shakes both of them up and allows whoever that is, Biglino, right, to get back at them. Muniz makes a dive on the next turn, turn 13, and they are fighting really hard.
Yeah, they are. Magus
goes a little wide over the final corner. It looks like Muniz doesn't have the straight line speed to make it up, although he is gaining slightly. I might have to eat those words. As you can see, this fighting is causing them to go much slower than the guy ahead of them, Winkler. Muniz's last lap was 1 minute 50 and a half, well off the average lap pace for this race. Looks like Magus is able to put some distance between him and Muniz. And Muniz, looks like Big Lino just must have something wrong with his car. He's not making that straight line speed. What happened? Freaking get out of here. Stupid director tool.
But, you know, running down the top 10, there are a few guys who we haven't talked too much. Nolasco, we talked about. That we hadn't talked about.
Finally.
Still in 5th place. Kenny, he's had a kind of quiet race. He's up in 7th. Wallace also made his way up to 8th. Simonitis back up in 9th after that pretty bad incident that dropped him way back. And Swan running 10th. I don't think we've really said that name much, but nice job there.
Yeah, Justin Swan's as a member, freaking hell. AXRT, I believe was the name of the team. Yeah. So, the top member of AXRT currently, aside from Arjona, that is.
It looks like the leader just started 31st lap here, 4 minutes to go.
So Javier Castaño Muniz is our last place XRT man, and I think that sets him up for a pretty good start to the season. I can't think of too many teams that are higher up right now. I mean, Orange.
Up front, Lentini, he is gone, barring some incidents. Stoffmeal, meanwhile, he has what, 5.8, 5.9 second lead over Arjona, so unless Arjona really steps on it, this might be Stoffmeal's second place.
Yeah. I still don't know how he did that. He just showed up out of nowhere. Muniz is giving Magus a little bit of a bump as they come into turn 3. Can he hold on to it? By he, I mean Magus.
Nice little pass here for Hughes. I like the fact that Hughes' white McLaren just says hug on the front of it. Very inviting.
Give it a hug. At speed. Let's take a look at that hug.
Like that was Gonzalez, he got by there.
Sarah Rosewood serving a drive-through penalty. Oh no. That's no good. As we see Finesh spun out into turn 7, I believe.
I was about to say, I'm showing on the replay right here. Oh, that was Esh. Got right in behind Simmons and caused a bit of an issue.
Max Simmons leading Andy Anderson slightly. Matt Higgs has fallen to 13th place after that drive-through penalty. So Max Simmons, sadly, no longer has a team. The Mercedes, the former body pillow racing car, has now been donated to its own privateer. So Mika Watt again finds himself under some good fire. This time from Javier Eugeni.
Oh, Arjona was turned around. Showing that on the replay right here.
If only I could find him. There he is.
Not sure who that was. It was a blue, perhaps I think that might have been Burke got him behind him.
Porsche?
Yeah. Incident reel right now is just lighting up.
Max Simmons gets a drive-through. I was just looking at him. You know what? We're just gonna settle on the leaders right now. Oh, Mike Stopmeal got into an incident with Sarah Rosewood on the last turn.
Like there's gonna be one more lap to do here. Meanwhile, on the inset, watching, looks like Butler coming behind, another blue Porsche, and oh man, Butler's had a very messy last lap.
like someone's way off in the distance there. As the race comes to a close, where is our leader? Christopher Streppin fighting off Christian Staff.
No real close fights that I can see up front.
Closest I can see is Demetrius Simonitis fighting off Justin Swan for the as they come around the last corner on this second to last lap. They will have one more to do. That's a battle for 9th place.
Second cam watching Lentini here finish up his lap, coming home to a very strong victory.
Yeah, what a crazy lead. Oh, Demetrius makes a pass, but that is a back marker, so we don't worry about that.
Oh, Lentini waves across the track, flashing his lights. Nice job.
Very good.
Couldn't quite wrap things up at Kailami with an incident over there, but just smashes his way to victory today.
Well-deserved win. Well-deserved win. No doubt that he is happy with that result, considering it's the best one you can have.
Absolutely. Bravo, Lentini. Just dominated the field today. A flawless race. Doing some nice burnouts. Well, okay, one spin.
Maybe a little premature, seeing as the race is still going for a lot of other people, but...
Is that his teammate, Esh?
Yes.
Pulling up alongside him. Nice. Got some fireworks going off.
Esh and Lentini in Phase 2 racing. Esh didn't have quite the race that Lentini did, but still made a good result regardless. Do you remember the button for... There we go, timetable. So there's these stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Kind of
so what do we have? Running
So,
down, we've got Lentini, Stoffmeal, Arona, Verstreppen, Nolasco, Stokes, Kenny, Wallace, Simeonitis, and Swan in the top 10.
Yeah, I think with this larger crowd, maybe we'll just want to stop either with the top 10 or 15 or something.
Never. You are the rundown man, Cole.
Okay. All right, Justin Swan in 10th. Ooh, crap. We're losing some people. With White in 11th, Eugenie in 12th,
Yeah.
Max Simmons 13th, Andy Anderson 14th, Matt Higgs 15th, Finesse 16th. Just kidding. Javier Muniz in 17th, Mike Magus in 18th, Di Gregorio in 19th, and Bigolino rounding up our top 20. James Butler in 21, Sampaio in 22, John Barker in 23, and Vic Nash in 24th. Unfortunately, I can't go up and down.
I can scroll a little bit further, starting in 25th. Heroes, 26th. Price, 27th. Staff, 28th. Naku, 29th. Polacino, and 30th is Hughes, and unfortunately, I do lose contact after that.
Okay. Well, top 30 is good enough. What a starter to this third season of the ESR ACC GT Series. That is quite a lot to what growth we've seen over the past season. We struggled to get maybe 18 people last season, and now we're up to 44, at least to start with. We have 10 races total this season. The next one will be at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. That will be in 2 weeks on Sunday, June 21st. Same time. You can check esr-race.org for the schedule and as well to hook up with some of our drivers, maybe talk. Ooh, Max Simmons getting an 80-second penalty, probably for not serving that drive-through, so that'll be not great. So as of today, the scoring is as you see here. This is our first race, so makes that easy. Definitely AXRT Motorsports with Javier Castaño, Alberto Hona, and Justin Swan. Very strong result, taking many of the top spots. So I venture to guess they're probably in the lead. Although Phase 2 Racing with Finesse and Maxi Lentini, also a very solid result. Trying to think. Orange 1 with Murray Iwanchuk, Market Crash 16. Who I'm forgetting who that actually is. I'll remember eventually, I'm sure. In any case, they also did fairly well. And who was it? Christopher Streppin. Where is he? Oh, Cruise Line Express. There we go. Policino, Butler, and Christopher Scheppen started out very strong, but ended up not with quite the result they were hoping for, I suppose. As I said, next round will be at Spa in 2 weeks.
Mm.
And I look forward to it. Hopefully this has been entertaining for you all. We're going to still look into trying to maybe do this live in the future. We just run into some problems as usual. Unfortunately, the testing was going so well, but that's just how that kind of thing is. You know, the director tool taking a nice big dump as well. So that is our race.
All right, well, it was a pleasure to watch and talk about.
Definitely. If you guys liked what you saw, want to get more involved, maybe you want to start sim racing even. Now's a great time, what with quarantine. Visit esr-race.org. That is Echo Sierra Romeo-race.org. We'll also have links in the description for our Discord, so you can maybe talk to us. Everyone's pretty nice here. Just want to have some fun.
Yes, indeed. If you want to get in on the commentary and maybe move in with Cole and I, you can find us out here on the West Coast. Just, come find us.
Yeah, which country? You don't know. It could be west coast of Japan. They have coasts. So
It's true.
take a wild guess. You might find us. Anyhow, good race. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, send flowers. I accept those. Venmo, also a good option. They don't pay me here, so it'd be nice to get some of that. Just kidding. Anyhow, we'll catch you guys next time. Any last comments, Tobin?
Congrats to Lentini and all who followed.
Definitely. All right, bye-bye.